everyone. Christian Shreve back with bestboxingbets.com. We're telling the untold story of Andre Ward versus Chad Dawson. You know, boxing fans are aware, but most other people aren't, that we live on anticipation. And the anticipation of awaiting the next great fight is almost as satisfying as the fights themselves. It's with that perspective that I turn to the upcoming Andre Ward-Chad Dawson scuffle to be held on the 8th of September in Dawson's hometown of Oakland, California. Up till now, the last 2 years have gone this way. 2011, said by Ring Magazine to be the year of the incompetent referee. 2012 thus far has been the year of cancellation due to steroid use. To our rescue, 2 unsung super fights. We'll be discussing the first now, Andre Ward versus Chad Dawson, telling you what you're not hearing elsewhere. Well, the facts are pretty clear on this. The background of the 2 fighters: Andre Ward hasn't lost a fight since he was 12, U.S. Olympic gold medalist, winner of the Super 6 tournament, sponsored by Showtime, and now the undisputed 168-pound world champion. From there, the other combatant is Chad Dawson. Chad, a few years ago, was the heir apparent to the light heavyweight division. Everyone believed he was going to be champion for years to come. He was caught on a bad night by Jean Pascal on August 14th, 2010. Since then, he has watched as other names, other fighters, less talented, less prodigious talents, have risen to the top of the game. It took him until recently to get back a solid claim as light heavyweight champion, and now he is the undisputed light heavyweight champion. He's coming down in weight to fight Andre Ward. Now, some people are going to point to the almost 6-inch reach advantage by Dawson. They're going to point out that Dawson has a lot of experience as well as Ward is developing his budding talents. But there is something interesting going on here. When Dawson beat Bernard Hopkins, he was a huge favorite. Now, Ward, in many ways, throughout his brief tenure as a professional fighter, has displayed a very similar characteristic to Hopkins, in that he is an adjuster. But he follows the same type of controlled format. Now, if the odds on Dawson versus Hopkins were negative 400, 4-1 on Dawson, why is it that he's moving down in weight facing a less experienced fighter and the odds are negative 320 against him? Is it marketing? I don't know. It's an interesting trend. Now, this fight is going to be occurring in Ward's hometown. However, something more prevalent is this. This is not a marketing fight. This is a fight fan's fight. It gives us that anticipation. It gives us that hope. It gives us the idea that we can put together in our mind what's going to happen when 2 superstars come together in an epic clash. And although this is not a marketing fight, it is definitely a super fight. And so here we are. We're left with 2 that are not the flashiest. They are simply the best of their respective divisions. As well, the general public seems to know very little about this. That's why I call it an unsung super fight. It'd be a horrible tagline, but not the flashiest, simply the best. Before I go, I want to point out that Chad Dawson creates strategic challenges for Andre Ward that Carl Froch didn't. It's true, they're similar in size, intent, conditioning, and experience at the world-class level. But Dawson is far more adept at getting in position to punch without telegraphing his intentions, with being able to put punches out without showing what his plan is. He has an ability to move in any direction and fire economic shots. Frotch doesn't have any of those. Frotch generally puts his hand back as he punches out, lowers both hands first. He makes a lot of technical errors, and Chad Dawson doesn't make those. Now, are we going to see Dawson try to take the initiative? He's going to have to do something if he expects to win a decision in a close fight in Ward's hometown. But there are bigger stakes. This is the type of fight 5 years down the road, 50 years down the road, which may end up being a linchpin in one of or both of these men ending up in the World Boxing Hall of Fame, the International Boxing Hall of Fame. So, in conclusion, we have a strange trend with betting. That's one. Two, we have the general public not paying attention to what is a premier and elite fight. And three, which is the most important, we have a true super fight right around the corner with elite talent trying to establish itself as marquee name talent. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it. Christian Shreve, bestboxingbets.com.